तमसतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृतं गमय. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear friends, I am extremely happy to meet you this afternoon. There are always two sides of a coin. So, for every opportunity, there are two things. There are two things, two sides of a coin. When there are people, many people are there, the positive aspect is that the message goes to a large number of people. When the group is small, the positive advantage is that you can have two-way traffic, which is not possible in a lecture. So, what we would like to have is two-way traffic. We can have interaction and it will be tailor-suited. There you have to go for ready-made garments. Here it will be tailor-suited garment. There you have to go for the ready-made dishes. Here you can order the dishes and we can prepare for you because number of small. But before you order for the dishes, you must get the menu. So we will have a few things. First of all, I am thankful to Dr. Bhadraben Shah for organizing this program, and I am thankful to Praveen Bhai for taking so much trouble and so much initiative in inviting you all. I am thankful to all of you that in spite of the weekend, which is supposed to be the busiest day, because all the things which cannot be done weekdays, they accumulate on the weekends. So you've got your own priorities, you've got your own commitments, and still you come here. So we are thankful to you. And then I came here on 13th of this month. Originally the plan was this trip. When 2010 I had come to USA for about 6 weeks. That was for participating in the 19th International Congress at Massachusetts University, and there were other 17 lectures in various parts of USA. One of them was in Long Island, and that was by Multi-Faith Forum. Arvind Bhai has not come now. Oh, Arvind Bhai is here. I'm so sorry. So Arvind Bhai had organized that program at Multi-Faith Forum, and Dr. Bhadraben Shah had taken initiative and organized some other programs at Share and Care Foundation, and then Vivekananda Vidyapeeth, New Jersey, and all that. So there are total 17 lectures. Now this time I came basically, as you know, 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda is being organized all over the world, not only in India, but all over the world. And so Government of India and Indian Council of Cultural Relations, they requested me about 4 months back to become the academic coordinator for an international seminar to be organized in connection with the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda in Chicago. So I gave my plan, and I told when it's going to be in Chicago, then why not at the Art Institute where the historic event took place, and Swami Vivekananda delivered his historic speech at the Parliament of Religions on 11 September 1893. And I said, that was also 9/11, so let us have another 9/11. On 9/11, that is 11 September 1893, Swami Vivekananda delivered his historic speech. And in that speech, he clearly told, of course he was given 5 minutes, out of which 2 minutes went only for clapping, when he addressed the Americans as sisters and brothers of America, all 7,000 people stood up and clapped for 2 minutes, or a little longer. Please sit down, come here, come to my side. Huh? that time, he got only 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, he created history. That is considered to be one of the most memorable lectures of the whole history of mankind. Now, within 3 minutes, he delivered the message which was relevant at that time, more relevant today, and is going to be more and more relevant as the time passes. It's an immortal message. And in that message he said that you are talking about toleration, universal toleration, but we in India do not believe only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as equally true. We believe in universal acceptance. And then he said that we have sheltered the remnants of Israelites, the remnants of Zoroastrians, all of them. We have given in our country, we have given shelter to them. We have been accepting all religions as equally true from time immemorial, thousands of years back. And then he said, sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth and have drained it often and often with blood and destroyed civilizations and sent all the nations to despair. But for this, the humanity would have been far more advanced than it is now. But their time has come, and I fervently pray that the bell that tolled this morning in the honor of this convention may be the death knell of all sorts of fanatism, of all sorts of dogmatism, of all sorts of persecution, whether with the sword or whether with the pen, in the name of religion, and let there be harmony and peace all over the world. This is what Swamiji told on 9/11. He gave an indirect warning also that already we have a lot of bloodshed in the name of religion. Let there be no more bloodshed. But somehow the other, the message was not received properly by us. So after exactly 108 years, there was another 9/11. And the World Tower, the Trade World Center was destroyed at New York. I was on 19th at that site, Ground Zero. And as you know, both the Ground Zero level places, they have now got the beautiful fountains, and a Freedom Tower has been built. A small museum is there on 9/11, but a bigger museum is coming up which will be inaugurated next year. But I purchased some items because that income will go to the victims of those who were. And then I saw the video also, all the people, those who were affected by that 9/11, they were telling their reminiscences. So I was very much moved. Why so much of suffering to so many people? And what was their mistake? The only mistake that they were living in the United States itself. And they were from all religions, they were from all sectors. Absolutely, they did not do anything for which they deserved this sort of punishment. So, this is nothing but the result of fanaticism. And so, the message of harmony of religions becomes much more relevant of Swami Vivekananda. And today we are talking about globalization. Globalization already come on economic front, of course, that is true. And of course, in many sectors we are becoming global, and it's becoming a global civilization to a certain extent. In the youth, where I find the youths all having this type of dress, in India also the youth are having the same type of dress, same pizza, same burger, it is all Chinese food everywhere, all over the world. So it is becoming a world culture, that is true, to a certain extent because of globalization on economic front. But where is the global peace? There is no global peace. Global peace cannot come till we have got this full global civilization. That can only come when we have this harmony of religions. And Samuel P. Huntington, in his book on the clash of civilizations and remaking of a world order has proved by statistics that most of the wars that were caused for last 50 years were not between nations but were between civilizations. It was a clash of civilizations. It was a clash of two religions, Islam and Christianity. Whatever it is. So today, the message of Swami Vivekananda has become much more relevant. A.L. Vasham, in 1963, when we were observing the centenary of Swami Vivekananda's birthday celebration, centenary celebration of birthday of Swami Vivekananda, after 100, because he was born in 1863, 1963 there were centenary celebrations. Now it is 150th birthday celebration. So, 1963, A.L. Vasham, one of the greatest historians of our times, who has written the book, The Wonder That Is India, what he told is so relevant even today. He said, it is very difficult to evaluate the importance of Swami Vivekananda in the scale of history only after 100 years. We are too near the history. Perhaps the future generations will be able to understand the significance of his message better. And today also we can tell the same thing. We are still not ready to receive or to appreciate the great message Swami Vivekananda has given of global culture, of the universal religion. We have yet to do that. Anyway, so I had suggested to the government of India that he gave a message of harmonious religion 9/11. We did not take Sudhera on 9/11 and we had to pay a heavy price. Now let us have another 9/11. Let us again give the message of Swamiji of harmony of religions from the same art institute on same 9/11, so that no further 9/11 takes place. And they liked the idea. They accepted it. More or less it was confirmed that 11th September this year we would have celebration in the same art institute. But somehow or the other, I do not know the undercurrents, due to some unknown reasons, it was suddenly told to me that it has been postponed indefinitely. Now, in the meanwhile, I had already committed to an international interspirituality conference at Cascadian Center, Washington, Mount Vernon. Also some lectures in Houston and also at Vivekananda Vidyapit, New Jersey. So again I had to go through the whole process, getting visa and all that. Anyway, so it was indefinite. To the last point, Vadraben was asking, you give me the confirmation, otherwise I am not able to confirm it. I said that I can make it 99% only. 1% is, visa people do not know United States Assembly, United States Consulate, what they will do at my embassy. Anyway, I got the visa. So then as soon as I got the visa, I told Bhadraben, and then this is how these programs have been organized. So I'm very happy that even a short notice, we have had some programs. So on 13th I came here, then 14th I had my wonderful day at Ridgely Manor, where Swami Vivekananda spent 10 weeks, the highest period in America that any place that Swamiji has spent. 10 weeks he spent in Ridgely Manor. And if you have not seen, you must see that place, beautiful place, sanctified by the visit of Swami Vivekananda, stay of Swami Vivekananda. And 15th I had two lectures, one at Cascadian Center in the noon, that was in collaboration by Bharati Vidya Bhavan and the Bengal Cultural Association. And then again the same afternoon, 15th, I had a program at Vivekananda Vidyapit, that is Wayne, New Jersey. 16th, I had a program there at Cherry Hill. 17th at our Vedanta Society in New York. And 20th I started for Houston. And 20th to 28th I had programs in Houston and Dallas, at various places, mostly at Vedanta Society, but Dallas program was a very big program, which is a yoga festival that they are conducting. And then 29th I reached that place, that is Mount Vernon, Washington, where that interspirituality conference was being held. by Satyana Institute, 29th September to 4th October. And yesterday I spent my time in Vedanta Society of Seattle, and last night I started from Seattle and reached this morning by the red-eye flight, and so my eyes are still red because I didn't get time. Immediately after coming, I had some friends coming, and we had a retreat there, Sunday retreat there in Vedanta Society, and then but it's a great pleasure meeting you all. So Swami Vivekananda's message is very relevant as on today, and the topic that has been kept is Vedantic way of life. So I will try to make it a little general in the sense that most of us have got certain. We will go for rather problem solving and sort of answering the replies to the questions that you have in mind. Before that, I will just tell you that the Vedantic way of life is the life that will be giving us happiness and peace in everyday life, and will also give us eternal happiness, eternal peace, and eternal life. We are all searching for peace. We are searching for happiness. Most of the people, I'm not talking about you because all of you are one or the other way associated with some spiritual forces, but most of the people have got that equation in the mind, is that H is directly proportional to M, where H is equal to happiness and M is equal to money. And they feel that happiness lies in Mercedes-Benz cars, latest model cars, latest model mobiles, latest model gadgets, latest model houses, and all that. But does it give happiness? It gives happiness for some time. But when the neighbor gets another model of car, then your happiness is gone. It's temporary happiness that you get for some time. So Vedanta is the answer. We are all searching at wrong place. That's the problem. There was an old woman who was searching for a needle, and a gentleman saw that the old woman is fumbling, and it's great. After more than half an hour, she is searching something. What is the matter? I am searching for the needle I have lost. He also started searching. He couldn't get it. Then he said, "Where did you lose it?" She said, "In that room outside." "But you are searching outside." "Yeah, there is darkness there and here is light. So I am searching here." Now, if you go on searching for infinite number of years, you are not going to get the needle there because the needle is there in that room. This is the case with all of us. With all of us, we are searching at the wrong place, happiness and peace, and so we are not getting it. From thousands of years we are searching, we are not getting, and we are not going to get it because we are searching at the wrong place. Vedanta says, the source of infinite joy, infinite happiness is within all of us, already there. You don't have to get it from outside. You don't have to import. It's already there. Only we are unaware about it. And so that is why in the Kathopanishad we find this beautiful shloka. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yovidadhati kaman tam atmastham yenu pashyanti dhira tesham shanti shashvati netaresham. Nityo nityanam. There is an eternal soul within every human being. Within that eternal soul there is an eternal Paramatman. Within that Atman there is Paramatman. And then there is a consciousness, Chetanas. But there is super consciousness present in everybody's consciousness, which is present in every Atman. And this Paramatman is managing the whole affairs of the whole world. By knowing Him alone, we shall be free from all miseries. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman tam atmastham Yenu Pashanti Dhira, those wise persons who have seen that eternal inside that eternal, Tesham Shanti Shashwati Netaresham. They alone will have eternal peace, nobody else. So that is the gist of Vedanta. The source of infinite joy, infinite happiness is within all of us. But unfortunately we are searching outside and so we are not getting happiness and peace. Temporary we are getting, but that is not lasting. So the source of infinite joy, infinite happiness is within all of us, only we are unaware about it. मोको कहाँ तू ढूंढे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में, खोजोगे तो अभी मिलूंगा पल भर की तलाश में. Kabir says, where are you searching for me? I am inside. Within a moment's notice you will get me. मोको कहाँ तू ढूंढे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में, खोजोगे तो अभी मिलूंगा पल भर की तलाश में. At a moment's notice I will come. It is inside here. नाभि कमल में है कस्तूरी, वृथा मृग फिरे बनकारे, बिन सदगुरु नर ऐसे ही ढूंढे, जैसे फिरे पशु बनकारे. The deer, musk deer, there is a special type of deer available in Himalayas, which is called Kasturi Mrug. Kasturi Mrug. That is deer. And that Kasturi Mrug, that deer, in Himalayan deer, is running here and there, running here and there. And after a long running, at last, it runs and then it dies. It becomes so tired, it dies. Afterwards it is found out. Why it is running? It is running because it is getting the smell of the musk. Ultimately it found out the musk was there in the navel of that deer itself. This is our position. नाभि कमल में है कस्तूरी. Musk is already there within the navel of the deer. नाभि कमल में है कस्तूरी, वृथा मृग फिरे बनकारे. Mrig, the deer is running here and there unnecessarily in search of musk which is already there within. बिन सदगुरु नर ऐसे ही ढूंढे, जैसे फिरे पशु बनकारे. And we are all like that. In absence of any proper teacher or guru, we are running mad in search of happiness and ultimately dying without getting it. Why? Because we did not get a guru who would tell us that the source of infinite joy, infinite happiness is within all of us. And then, now it has been experimentally verified that yes, there is something called ASQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. This is what Vedanta was telling, but now the modern science has come. And our Vedanta also said that out of, that is 8.4 millions of species, 84 lakh species, 8.4 millions of species, only human beings can have spiritual knowledge. But the modern science says no, it is wrong. It is 12.5 million species now. There's not much difference, Thousands of years like they say, and now modern science is telling 12.5 million. Not much different. Cloning is going on. There was no microbes at that time. So many species from amoeba has come. But whatever it is, the difference is not much. Modern science, 12.5 million species. The religions, the older religions in India say that no, 8.4 million species. But both are telling the same thing. Modern science is also telling. Scriptures, our Indian scripture says out of these 8.4 million species, only one species has got the right to spiritual knowledge, and that is human being. And the modern science also says, out of this 12.5 million species, only human beings can have SQ, that is spiritual intelligence. There's a beautiful book by Dana Zohar. She is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a book. The name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, physiologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. And what is IQ? Intelligence quotient. What is EQ? Emotional quotient. What is SQ? Spiritual quotient. What is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional intelligence. Emotional quotient will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. Well, that's your choice. What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life? Why are we born here? Why we have come to this earth? Where do we want to go? We do not know. I ask many youngsters, what is the purpose of, what is the aim of your life? Aim of life, I will become chartered accountant, desk engineer, this, that. It's okay. That is your want to build your career, very nice. What is the ultimate aim of life? I never thought about it. What is the ultimate purpose of life? Why you have come to this earth? I never thought about it. There is a beautiful Zen story. A horse was galloping at full speed, and somebody asked the person, "Where are you going?" And the person said, "Ask the horse." Because I am not taking the horse. Horse is taking me. So we are not leading the life. Life is leading us. Everybody going mad after money, possessions. We are also going mad after money, possession, name, fame, publicity. That's all. But you do not know. What is the ultimate aim of life? Where do we want to go? So that at the time of death we don't have any regrets. That is the real fulfillment. Kabir says, जब तू आया जगत में, जग हंसे तू रोए, ऐसी करनी कर चलो, मरते समय तुम हंसो, जग रोए. When the small child is born, it's weeping, wah, 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 goes on weeping. Everybody starts smiling, laughing, clapping. The poor fellow, only one person is crying and all others are smiling. And if he doesn't cry, all others start crying. Because doctors say if he doesn't cry, he is not going to survive. And so they call the doctor and doctor gives the injection. And when he starts crying, then all others clapping and they're smiling. जब तू आया जगत में जगह से तू रोए. You alone were weeping, all others were laughing. Now you do such a manner, you live in such a manner in your life that while you are living this body, let all others weep. You alone go smiling. Oh, I have done enough. I have done whatever I had to do in this life. And I am so happy. I have achieved my purpose of life, which is the manifestation of the divinity, and now I am going to God. And let others weep. So that is the purpose that has been told by our scriptures, by our saints. And now, if we go to the modern scientists, they also are coming to the same conclusion that as a human being, we have a special prerogative of development of SQ, which is not available with any other species. The modern science also says IQ is available with all the species, including the computers. EQ, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence available only with a few species, not all. And SQ is available only with the human beings. So that is a special prerogative of a human being to develop SQ, to know the purpose of life and to fulfill the purpose of life. So that at the time of death we don't have regrets that I did not do that. As Alexander the Great had. You know the story of Alexander the Great? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? When Alexander the Great came to this India. You know, his master Aristotle said that we are going to India, please bring some good gift. So what gift should I bring? He said everything else is available in other countries, but India produces very nice saints. So please bring one saint from India. Now, saint, you know saint? Sadhu, you bring a monk, a saint. So, he was in search of a saint. Then when he was going through a forest, he saw a saint was meditating. A deep meditation and a very radiant face, and he became very much numbered. After his meditation over, he started talking to him. Oh, so much of knowledge and wisdom. He became very much impressed, and then he said, you must come to my country. I have given promise to my guru that I will bring a good saint from India, and I am impressed by you, by your knowledge and wisdom. Please come to my country. I will make a very beautiful palace for you to live in. I will give you beautiful dresses. I will give you nice food. Please come along with me. And the saint smiled and said, why should I come to you? I don't need any dress. The sky is my lead. Sky is my dress. I don't need good food. This tree is giving me beautiful fruits. This river is giving me good water. I am very happy inside this tree, living in the tree. I don't need a palace and everything. I am very happy here. You have to come. I will not come. Alexander the Great. He was not in a habit to listen to anybody's no. Nobody had dared to say no to him. So he became very much annoyed and drew out the sword. If you don't come, I will just cut your head. And when that sword came out of Alexander, the other person fainted, used to faint. There, because of the fear, the other person would faint here and there. But here reverse thing happened. That saint started laughing loudly. You fool! You do not know? Your sword cannot pierce me? You do not know the fire cannot burn me? You do not know the air cannot dry me? You do not know the water cannot melt me? I am the birth, the deathless, ever pure, ever blissful Atman. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledyantyako, na shoshati maruta, achedyoyam, adayoyam, akledyo ashoshevacha, nitya saragata stanu achaloyam sanatan. I am the birth, the deathless, ever pure, ever blissful. Reverse thing happened. When Alexander's sword came, used to come out from the sheath, the other person used to get fainted. Here the person is laughing instead of falling down. And Alexander became so much nervous that his sword fell down. And then the saint said, you fool, you want me to take to your country? I can see through my third eye. You are not going to reach your own country. And the history says, Alexander could not reach his country. When he was going to his own country, in the way, he fell sick, and just when he was preparing to die, he called his general. He said, I think I will not be able to reach my country. He used to love his mother like anything. So I had a great desire to meet my mother before I died, but I think I will not be able to meet. I am just preparing to die. My last wish is, when I die, please cremate me, and when you cremate me, you put my hands out of the grave. Then the general said, of course we'll carry out your wish, but we very much surprised. Why this type of request? Then Alexander said, you see, I have conquered so many countries, so many kingdoms, so many horses, so many elephants, so many jewels, so much of them. But I am not able to carry a single with me. I am going empty-handed. Let the whole world receive the message. Alexander the Great conquered the whole world, but could not conquer himself, his own mind. So, though he conquered everything, he is going empty-handed. That saint who renounced the world, but he conquered himself. So at the time of death, he is smiling, and I am weeping at the time of death. He has known the secret of life. That is Alexander's message from the grave with empty hand. We may go mad after money. We may make any amount of money, any amount of treasure. Not a single thing will go with us. And beyond the grave, we have to go empty-handed. But yes, it is the spiritual knowledge that will go with us. Our good karmas, our good actions, our service to humanity, that will be the real fixed deposit. That will go with us. Other deposits will not go with us. Whatever may be the bank cannot give you the check after you die. It is to be here only. So that is the purpose of life. And modern science is also told that the purpose of life is to develop this SQ, that is find out the ultimate aim of life. Einstein says in his book, the name of the book is The World as I See It. And there he says, the true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. Another beautiful book, Dr. Einstein and the Universe by Lincoln Barnett, and there he says, the true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self, which was told by Einstein. It goes one step further and says, man has a unique capacity of transcending himself and perceiving himself in the act of perception. Man has a unique capacity of transcending himself and perceiving himself in the act of perception. That is why Neil Bohr says, we are actors and spectators in this great drama of life simultaneously. We are actors and spectators in this great drama simultaneously. There is a war going on between Bhima and Duryodhana. And both are fighting. So, Bhima is now giving a very big hit to Duryodhana. While he is giving a big hit to Duryodhana, he knows, I am Bhima and he is Duryodhana. At the same time, he knows that my real name is Ram and his real name is Shyam, and both are going to have, after 5 minutes, a cup of coffee in the green room. Together. So that is why outwardly it appears that he is giving a big hit, but he doesn't give, because he knows he is my friend. So we are actors and spectators in this great drama of life simultaneously, and that is available only with the human beings. A beautiful book by Teilhard de Chardin. He was a Christian father. He was a scientist, botanist. His books were not allowed to be published when he was alive because it went against the Christian theology. But later on, posthumously, they were published. One of the best books is The Phenomena of Man. And there Teilhard de Chardin puts up this question. What is the difference between a man and an animal? And somebody said intelligence. He said, not necessarily so. There is, a cat. Cat intelligently steals the milk from the kitchen. So what you do? You apply more intelligence and you steal the milk at some other corner of the room. Next day morning you find that cat has taken the milk from there also. Who is more intelligent? So cats have also intelligence. Animals have also got intelligence. Then what is the difference between man and animal? Beautifully he says, while a man knows what he knows, an animal does not know what it knows. A man knows how to steal the milk. Cat also knows how to steal the milk. But man knows that stealing the milk is bad. Cat does not know that. And moreover, man knows this knowledge of stealing the milk is good or bad. Not only that, man can know himself, his own self. Cat cannot know. Man has a unique capacity of transcending himself in the act of perception. So this is the purpose of life, human life. Go beyond time, space and causation and get that absolute. Now that is called God realization, that is called nirvana, that is called enlightenment, that is called illumination, that is called mukti, that is called atma sakshatkar. In various religions and various sects, this has been given different names. Or samadhi, from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it gives samadhi is the ultimate aim. And then Vedanta, according to Vedanta, it is mukti, atma sakshatkar, whatever it is. Ultimately reaching a state where you get infinite happiness and infinite peace. That is the purpose of human life, and that is the special prerogative of human beings. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when you are born as a human being, the purpose of human life is to realize God, and if you have not done that, you have missed the goal of life. Then the devotees, they were sitting like this, as we were sitting. Oh, you are talking about God, God. Where is God? Where is God? Sri Ramakrishna said, God is within all of us, inside our heart. Bhagavad Gita also says, Ishvara sarvabhutana riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yatva rudhani kamaya tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasada param shantim sthanam praptasi shashvatam. Arjun, I am the machine operator. Like a machine operator, I am running the machine, I am guiding the human beings. Sitting inside the heart, with my Maya. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. Lord is present in every human being's heart. And what does he do? Seated inside, he moves the machine like a machine operator. With his Maya, he is ruling the whole thing. Ishvara sarvabhutana vriddesha tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani mayaya tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasada param shanti sthanam prapsati shashvata. If you surrender yourself to the God, you will get eternal peace. So Sri Ramakrishna said, God is present in everybody's heart. You are telling He is present in everybody's heart, but we are not able to see. What is the evidence? How can we believe it? We are not able to see. We are not realizing it. You are saying God is there in our heart, but we are not able to see in our heart. How do we believe it? Then Sri Ram says, do you believe that I am talking to you? Yes, because we are seeing you. So immediately Sri Ramakrishna, he had a chadar like this. He just hid his face. He said, can you see me? No. That means I am not there? No, you are there. You just have said, if you can see, you are there. If you cannot see, you are not there. So I am not being seen by you. So I am not there? No, you are there. Then why you are not able to see me? Because of this covering. This is exactly the reason why not we are able to see God. God is present inside each and every human being. He is very near to us, dear to us, but we are not able to realize it. Why? Because of the screen of ignorance, screen of Maya, screen of ignorance. That is the thing. So that is why God is present. Infinite joy, infinite bliss, infinite happiness is there. But there is a screen of ignorance hiding the reality. So we must remove that hiding. We must remove that reality. We must remove that screen. That is why Kabir says, घूंघट का पट खोल रे तो है पिया मिलेंगे, कट को वचन मत बोल रे तो है पिया मिलेंगे. You will realize the beloved, but first remove the screen. Now how to remove the screen? Now that is the main question, $1,000,000 question. How to remove the screen of ignorance or Maya? So Swami Vivekananda says the gist of Vedanta. In his book on Raj Yoga, in one paragraph he has given the whole gist of Vedanta. What does he say? He says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Dogmas, rituals, worships, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So this is the goal of life, to manifest the divinity which is already there. How? By 4 yogas: Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Raj Yoga. Anyone which is suitable to you, you can take. Swami Vivekananda said Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga and Karma Yoga, okay. Then he was asked, which is better? He said, that depends upon you. According to your convenience, according to your aptitude, you can take up any yoga. But what yoga you practice? He said, I practice all the 4 yogas. And Romarola says, Swami Vivekananda rode on all the 4 horses simultaneously. 4 horses of 4 yogas. And Swami Vivekananda also says, it is better to combine all the 4 yogas. Number 1, why? Because in the modern management theory, they say if you want more profit, you should utilize all the resources. Maximum utilization of all the resources will give you higher productivity and higher profitability. Similarly, if you want higher profitability or higher productivity, or you get better results, then what you should do? If we want to result quicker, if we want to get the result quicker, we should utilize all the resources available with us, all the faculties. What are the faculties available with us? We have hands to work. Why not work for the Lord? That is Karma Yoga. Well, we have got the mind. Why not with the mind meditate on God? That is Raj Yoga. We have got also the heart to feel. So why not love God? By loving Him, we will never come to grief. Never. We will have to repent. So that is religion of love. That is Bhakti Yoga. And we have intellect by which we can think about God. We can analyze, who am I? What is my true nature? That is Gyan Yoga. So all the 4 yogas, we have got these faculties, we utilize all the faculties, then we will get the result quicker. Second thing is that all these yogas have got special advantages, special benefits. At the same time, all the yogas, if they are practiced independently, there is some danger. Yogas in themselves are not dangerous, but because of our weaknesses, there is a danger. What is the danger? Those who are Bhakti Yoga, who follow Bhakti Yoga, they become too much sentimental. Those who follow Gyan Yoga, they become too much dry. So why not combine the two? The dryness of the Gyan Yoga will be removed by the sweetness of Bhakti Yoga, and the sentimental nonsense of Bhakti Yoga will be removed by the rationality of Gyan Yoga. Now Karma Yoga is very easy because all of us have to do karma. So karma, what? You don't have to do anything extra. You have to convert work into worship. But when you do unselfish service, naturally then you get name and fame. And when you get name and fame or publicity, your ego increases. When your ego increases, Lord says goodbye.
It's a trap.
You are trapped, gone. You are away from the sin. But if you combine in Bhakti Yoga, yes, I have have done unselfish service. Oh Lord, it's because of you. I am just a humble instrument. It is you who are responsible. If you mix this with Bhakti Yoga, then that poison of Karma Yoga goes away. Similarly, with all the yogas, whatever, when you go to the stage, for example, meditation, and some people like to go for meditation, Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga is a royal path. Of course, it's the shortest path. Shortest path is the royal path. But when you go to a shortcut, there is a possibility that you may sleep. You may sleep away. Because shortcut is dangerous. So, many people, they come to us that somebody they will bring that this person, this is a problem, his kundalini has gone up, now it is not coming down. Then I told, who told you to push up? Artificially. It will go up automatically when you go up, but when you want instant samadhi, then all these problems come up. You go for artificial methods. So instant coffee and instant samadhi, everything instant, then you get instant problem. Anyway, so it is very dangerous. Some people start meditating without proper prerequisites, without proper preparations. And that is why meditation itself is not bad. But when you do it in excess, irrespective of your capacity for it, without any proper preparation, it may land you up in a mental hospital. That is the danger. But if you combine meditation with Karma Yoga, morning and evening you meditate, that will give you tranquility, and then at the rest of the time, what will you do? Unselfish service. So in that case, what happens? That you get balanced life. So Swami Vivekananda says that is the ideal life. Combine all the four yogas. For example, the monks and the devotees of Ramakrishna Mission, how do they combine these four yogas? In the morning, early morning we get up, then we have Mangal Arati. So we have prayer. That is Bhakti Yoga. Then we all meditate together. So this is Gyan, the Raj Yoga. Then we are also chanting from the Bhagavad Gita. That is Gyan Yoga. In the evening again we have prayer. So that is Bhakti Yoga. Then again we have meditation. That is Raj Yoga. Again we have reading from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna or some other book. That is Gyan Yoga. And then whole day Karma Yoga. Every monk has to do some service. We have a lot of service activities. So there are many hospitals. We have overall Ramakrishna Mission has got 14 indoor hospitals, by which about 10 million people are being served every year free of cost. Then the free eye camps and so many other things are also there apart from that. And there are 90 outdoor hospitals. And then there are so many 60 mobile medical units. Then educational, 6,000 education institutions whereby 600,000 of students are getting educated there. So then we have tribal and rural development projects, disaster management. We had just now, 3 days back, we had flood in Baroda. So we did the relief. Yesterday we finished our relief work in Baroda. So anywhere, any part of the country in India, any part of any disaster, immediately we start our disaster relief work. So each and every monk is supposed to whole day, either some work, maybe in school, maybe in college, maybe in office, maybe in the kitchen. Some work we have to do. So morning, evening meditation, Raj Yoga, morning, evening prayer, Bhakti Yoga, morning, evening reading of the books, Gyan Yoga, whole day unselfish service, Karma Yoga. This is how we are trying to combine all the four yogas. And if you combine all the four yogas, of course you will get infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite eternal happiness. True. What we are concerned urgently today is how to solve everyday problem, how to get happiness in everyday life, how to overcome tension in everyday life, how to overcome the problems of everyday life. The same four yogas will give us not only eternal happiness, but will also give us happiness and peace in everyday life. And when we have got positive thinking, automatically all the problems will get solved automatically. This positive thinking will come by spiritual reading of the proper types of books, meditating on that, Gyan Yoga, by daily meditation, that will give us tranquility, prayer, and then that is Bhakti Yoga and unselfish service. I will end with one example from the Karma Yoga and one example from the prayer. First of all, let me talk about prayer. Swami Vivekananda says, before you start for meditation every day, you must have prayer. And then he gives one prayer that we all of us know. He said, from thousands of years, we pray all like that. And then he says, at long last you will understand. Not now. At long last you will understand that the best way to become happy is to see that others are happy. And the best way to get peace of mind is to pray for others' peace of mind. So then he says, gives a beautiful prayer where it is prayed that this is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyat Dukhamapnuyat. O Lord, let all be happy. O Lord, let all be healthy. O Lord, let all attain goodness. Let none become miserable. What a beautiful prayer. Swami says, if you pray like this every day morning, what will happen? Any of your friends, thousands of miles away will get peace if you pray for him or her. But more importantly, first you will get peace of mind when you pray for others. But it should be unselfish prayer. Many people report to me, if they pray like this, they are getting peace. Some people say, no, we are not getting peace. I said, there is something wrong with your prayer. Many people, they say, oh Lord, let all be happy. Minus my mother-in-law. Oh Lord, let all be happy. Minus my wife. Don't put a bracket there at that time. Let all be happy. At the time of prayer, really the prayer, if it's unselfish prayer, it will certainly bring. But it has to be unselfish prayer. It is to be holistic prayer. There is a beautiful joke about it. A young man came to a father. Father, I am searching for a job. I have lost my job. Miserable. Then the father said, why don't you pray? Oh, I am praying, but it is not working. I am praying for last 2 months. It is not working. He said, prayer becomes more effective when you make it holistic. How to make it holistic? There should be some unselfishness in it. Then it becomes holistic. When it is made for benefit of all, then the prayer becomes more effective. So how to make it more holistic? You make it holistic. Is it okay? He tells me, oh Lord, if I get a job, 10% of my salary, I'll offer for charities. I don't mind 10%. That's a very good deal. At present, I am not having a job. If I get a job, certainly I'll give 10% to charity. You pray like this. And he started praying, oh Lord, if I get a job, 10% goes to you. And it worked. Because it is meant for holistic. It is meant for the general public. Good. So it's unselfish prayer. It worked. And he got a job. $100 per week. So, at the end of the week, he came, Father, it has worked. Here is $10. 10% of my salary for charity. After some time, his salary became $1,000 per week. So he came to Father, $100, 10%. Then it became $10,000. Now he has to give $1,000 charity. Father, this is too much. Is there no way out? Because this $1,000 seems to be too big a figure. Is there no way out? Now Father was very intelligent. You see, you cannot take back the promise that you have given to God. But one thing I can tell you, you can pray to God to lessen your salary so that it is affordable. So, prayer has to be holistic. When we really say happiness for all and all that, we make it holistic, it works. That is, and we love God. Religion of love, Bhakti Yoga. When Swami Vivekananda came here, the richest person in the world was John D. Rockefeller. When Swamiji came, at that time a great recession was going on. Those who know history, 1893 came, a great recession. And Rockefeller was going going through a very bad patch of his life. And he was in mental tension. He was contemplating suicide. All the hair of his head had gone. He had become just without any hair. At that time, one of his friends suggested, an Indian yogi is putting up with me. Why don't you come to my house and talk to him? I think by talking and getting his advice, you will get peace of mind. Rockefeller said, what? I to go to get an advice from a beggar? I'm not going to, we are all beggars. We live on charity. So I am not going to go to a beggar. I did not go. One fine morning, he suddenly came to the place of residence of Rockefeller. Rockefeller came to the place of residence where Swamiji was staying, called the bell, the butler opened the door, he went inside. Now Swamiji was not that time in drawing room, so he went inside Swamiji's study room without being announced. But Swami Vivekananda had tremendous power of concentration, and so he was fully absorbed in his book. He didn't notice Rockefeller coming. Rockefeller stood for some time, and then he knocked at the table, and Swamiji looked up. Rockefeller said, I am Rockefeller. Swamiji said, what do you want? Now Rockefeller was not prepared for this type of treatment. Because Rockefeller, if he comes, the President of America would get up. And here's the fellow, the beggar, sitting and asking, what do you want? He became very much annoyed. He said, I don't want anything. Then Swami said, then why have you come? Now he had no reply, because he had come without invitation. And then Swamiji said, my dear Rockefeller, I know why you come. You come here because you do not have peace of mind. And then he started narrating many incidents from the life of Rockefeller which no one else knew except Rockefeller. Then he became very much disturbed. My God, he has come to know all my secrets. How do you come to know all these things? Who has told you? Then Swami just smiled and said, do you think it is necessary somebody should tell me? I can see through your mind as I can see through a glass almirah. Then Rockefeller became very much nonplussed. My God, he has come to know all my secrets. Then Swami Vivekananda said, my dear Rockefeller, remember, you are not the owner of your wealth. You are only a trustee of wealth, a custodian of your wealth. Utilize this money for removing the sufferings of millions of people. Immediately you will get peace of mind. There is no other way by which you get peace of mind. Rockefeller was not prepared to listen to anybody's advice, least of all from a beggar, so he became very much annoyed. He left abruptly as abruptly had come. But after a few days, again he came, similar fashion. Called the bell, the butler opened the door, he went inside. Swamiji was not in his drawing room, so he went to the study room. Swamiji was fully absorbed in his studies. Rockefeller stood for some time, and again he knocked at the table. Then Swamiji looked up, and then Rockefeller put a piece of paper in which he had made an announcement of a very huge donation for a public cause. When Swamiji read it, Rockefeller said, now you must thank me, I have followed your advice. Swamiji said, well, it is for you to thank me. Because by following my advice, you will get peace of mind which cannot be purchased by millions of dollars. That was the very first huge donation for a public cause by Rockefeller. Of course, he used to donate. He was a donor from a long time because he had a lot of riches, but that donation was nothing compared to his income. But after that, he made a very huge donation. We do not know what it is. But when I came in 2010, when I went to see the University of Chicago, I saw a very big plaque that this university has been built by a very huge donation, starting donation from Rockefeller. And the year is matching, it is 1894. So maybe this was the public cause, but we did not know. But it is not written in our books, nor Rockefeller in his biography has written. Rockefeller in his biography has written, there is more to riches, more to life in earning and becoming rich and earning money. And service is the way of expressing our divinity and all that. But he has not mentioned the name of Swami Vivekananda, but he says that yes, living for others is the best way of living. That he has told. And earning money, becoming rich is not the goal of life. That also is written. So maybe he was influenced by the ideas of Swamiji, but he has not quoted Swamiji. But this University of Chicago's donation, first big donation was from there. In 1911, as you know, he started Rockefeller Foundation. From that Rockefeller Foundation, so many huge researches have been done. David Borlaug made a very fantastic research. He found out the wheat, the drought-resistant wheat, by which millions of people have been saved from starvation. That is because he did that research. He did that research, he could do that research because of the Rockefeller Foundation. Why? Because Rockefeller was told by Swami Vivekananda to utilize his money for a public cause. So this trusteeship management for the corporate structure was for the first time treated by Swami Vivekananda. But the essence is this: unselfish service immediately gives you peace of mind. Unselfish service we can do for ourselves. At least we can pray for others unselfishly. That itself will bring us peace in everyday life. So if we practice these 4 yogas, it will give us eternal happiness, eternal joy, eternal life. At the same time, it will give us happiness and peace in everyday life. It will help us to face the problems of life squarely. So I have given in a nutshell the way of life of Vedanta. What is Vedanta? Vedanta, basically 2 principles. Number 1, inside every human being there is a center of consciousness. Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudo atmana prakashate vishyate tvagraya buddhya shukshmaya shukshmadarshiti. Inside every human being there is a center of consciousness. There is a covering, remove this covering and you get. So the goal of human life is to manifest the divinity. That is the first message of Vedanta. Second, the same universe, the whole world is permeated by one universal consciousness. And as you know, now the modern quantum mechanics has already proved it. Yeah. Bell's theorem says all the particles of the whole universe are interconnected at a deeper level, it's a holistic universe. David Bohm, a Nobel Prize physicist, has proved it experimentally. And that is why Schrödinger says consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. And in Vedanta it is said, Sarvam Kalu Idam Brahma, Isha Vastam Idam Sarvam, Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat, Tena Taktena Bhunjitha, Ma Granta Kasya Siddhanam. The whole world is permeated by the same universal consciousness, so I and you are not different. Why should I serve you? Because by serving you, I serve myself. By injuring you, I injure myself, so I should not injure you. The only rationality can be given by Vedanta only, of why should we be moral? Why should I not cheat others? Why should I not cheat you? Why should I not injure you? Why should I love you? Why there should be universal brotherhood? Because that is the only way I can get happiness and peace. And everybody wants happiness and peace. It's not possible. This is Vedanta. Vedanta says the whole world is one. It's one universal consciousness. And that is why by loving others you can get happiness and peace, not by injuring others. If you are a CEO of a multinational company and if you are sleeping on the 7th floor of your mansion, beautiful mansion, the best possible mansion in the world, and if you have cheated your workers, exploited your workers, and you are on the 7th floor and you have got beautiful Dunlop pillow, you cannot have sleep with any number of tranquilizers on that 7th mansion, 7th floor of the mansion, on the Dunlop pillow, till the person whom you have exploited, who is in the streets, hasn't got food in his stomach and has got sleep. You cannot get it. Simple. Why so many people are suffering? Because they do not have food. Why so many more people are suffering? Because they have more than enough. Here are the people who are have-nots, and here are the people who have got too much. So they are suffering from BP, high BP, and blood, and heart problem, and all that problem because too much of eating. Here they are suffering because of malnutrition, too less eating. So Swami Vivekananda said, here is Karma Yoga. Those people who have become rich, let them give some donation, let them give money, let them give for charity. With the charity, remove the sufferings of the more people. So he gave a new mandate based on the second principle of Vedanta. Inside every human being there is the same center of consciousness. So he said, so far you had heard the mantras. What are the mantras? Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. He said, I am doing some additional mantras which are more powerful and more relevant for the modern age. What are they? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Worship the God in poor human beings. Worship the God in sick people. So Ramakrishna Mission having so much of activities, they are not social service activities. People say you are doing a lot of services. No. It's a part of our spiritual life. Morning we are meditating, that time also we are worshipping God. When we are praying, that we are worshipping God. We are worshipping the temple, they are worshipping God. When we come to the hospital, we are worshipping the God in sick people. But it is the same God. We are worshipping God all the 24 hours. This is the new message of Swamiji, which is more relevant, converting work into worship. That is why Nivedita says, Sister Nivedita, there are 9 volumes of complete works of Swami Vivekananda. Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, all his lectures, all his letters, in 9 volumes. And Sister Nivedita, Miss Margaret Noble, who came from England to start the school for women in India, she writes in the introduction, this is the realization which makes Vivekananda the great preacher of karma, not as diverse from, but as expressing Gyan and Bhakti. To him the workshop, the farmyard, the laboratory are as true and fit scenes for meeting God with men at the door of a temple or the cell of a monk. No difference henceforth between sacred and secular. To work is to worship, to labor is to pray, to renounce is to conquer. It is a very new philosophy based on Vedanta philosophy, but in a new way Swamiji has given us for the modern man. Whatever you are doing, continue to do that. You need not go to forest, you need not go to caves. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, with that only you can get infinite happiness, infinite joy, infinite bliss, and you can be a blessing to mankind. Just practice these 4 yogas in every day, and you become a blessing to mankind. So, the rest will follow after question answer.